Hello guys, welcome back to another one of my videos. Today, this is going to be a little bit different. This is kind of a new series where I'm going to talk about the things that every car owner should know. And I would like to start with the engine bay. If you open up your hood, there are a lot of things under it that you might not know what they are, and there are a few things that you should really know what they are, if you don't want to destroy your car, of course. Now let's start with the heart of your car, the engine block. And where the hell is it? So this thing itself is the engine block, and over here you can check the oil, and over here is a cap. If you remove that cap, you can fill the engine block with oil. Now, every internal combustion engine needs oil to work properly, and if you don't have enough oil, you can seriously damage your engine. Now, in case you remove this cap, let's say you filled up with oil, there should be some technical data on what oil you should use in your car and what quantity, after which you can check it over here on this thingy. Well, it's really oily and dirty, and yeah, the oil level should be somewhere in the middle. Mine is a bit lower than the middle, but it's okay. This wasn't the correct mode of checking the oil, but yeah, I'm not going to get a tissue paper. So the other thing, that this is a diesel engine and it's turbocharged. That's why there are these weird pipes over here. Also in my engine, because this is a 2001 Ford Focus TDDI, and this engine uses 5W30 oil, and I use some weird synthetic oil from Ford. I might insert a picture or something. Now, many engines on newer cars have like a plastic engine cover. There still is a oil fill port thingy, but you'll probably see it, so it's not like really hidden or something. Let's get to the engine cooling part. That's this thing, well, a part of it. This is the coolant reservoir. There is a sign, a max and min sign. You should be between those two with the coolant, and it should be like bright colored. Mine is like this orange, reddish orange bright color, and over here you can, yeah, you can fill it up in case you're missing some. It evaporates over time, but in case you need to fill it up quite often, your engine might be faulty. I mean, it's kind of like burning the cooler, liquid, whatever, or your radiator is leaking, or your pipes are leaking somewhere. Now, this here is the power steering fluid. In case you're driving a modern car and not a Dacia 1310, you probably have power steering, one type of or other, and probably need this fluid for your steering system to work properly. And there is also a minimum and maximum line on it. The fluid should be between those two. This here should be the brake fluid, and that kind of varies depending on your brake pads, and it's a good idea to, if it's too low, to check your brake pads. And besides that, you don't really need to fill that thing up unless you're having a faulty braking system, and that in that case you should really take your car to a service to be checked out. Now, if you can see, maybe you can't, on my car the windscreen washer fluid reservoir, I mean only the fill port, is over here, and in case you have a car equipped with headlight washing system, that's also taken from the same reservoir. Now, other important thing that you should check well, from time to time, is the battery. Mine is under this cover, and yeah, so this is the negative, this is the positive, and god damn it, all kind of cars and ambulances around. So the idea would be, if your battery is depleted, you can start your car. Your battery voltage should be normally above 12 volts, like 12.6. I'm not quite sure, I'm going to write it somewhere on the screen so I don't mess up the numbers, because I don't really know out of my head. But yeah, I read on a forum and I kinda helped out this guy. So he was complaining that his car isn't starting, and his battery was like 10.6 volts, so it was really time to change that battery. Okay, so besides all the reservoirs and fuel ports and whatever, let's go to the filters. Now, on my car, the air intake inlet, whatever, is this. It says air conditioner on it, but that only signals that the car is equipped with air conditioning, and not that this is the air conditioning air intake. So the air goes inside here, down there, and up into the airbox. If you disassemble this with like 4 screws around, I think it was 7 or 8 millimeter socket, and if you take it off, there's going to be a filter, usually a paper filter, that you need to change once in a while. I'm going to have all the info regarding this on the screen. And from here the air goes down into a turbocharger, up through the intercooler piping, through the intercooler, I mean the intercooler is under this plastic part, and it goes into the engine through the intake manifold. And if you don't have the air filter, if you don't replace the air filter when it should be replaced, you're going to lose performance because it gets clogged up. Now, the other important filter would be this one. That's the fuel filter. Well, I mean, one of the most important filters on your car. The other very important filter would be the oil filter for your engine, but that's like under the car. You can't really access it from up here. And the cabin air filter would be under this thing. Normally you can't really leave that. So normally you can't really leave that up, but mine is kind of broken and I didn't really get the parts. So yeah, other important things like I don't know, the radiator, that's usually front mounted. On some cars the radiator is behind a intercooler in case the car is turbocharged, and that's why you can have 2 radiators. If you were wondering, my car, the intercooler is top mounted or front/top mounted. On some Subarus and Toyotas and whatever I saw, they have the intercooler above the engine. And other things, air intake manifold, exhaust manifold, those are behind the engine. The turbo is down there. This is the EGR valve, this is the sensor on it. That should be cleaned once, really once in a while, like every, I don't know, 5-10 years, depending on your car, because it like gets this really uh, really hefty and dark carbon deposit on it. So yeah, on my car over here you have the fuel injectors. uh, you can kind of figure out where your fuel injectors are on your car from, because they usually have these high pressure fuel lines that are usually made out of some metal. And below that I have my not spark plugs, my glow plugs, because this is a diesel, and I have a red wire connecting all of them. So that's how you kind of figure it out. If you have an engine cover, you can't really see these things. And also uh, my engine is like transversely mounted, in case you own a BMW or whatever rear wheel drive or all wheel drive car. On some of those the engine is mounted like so, and all the the accessory belt is like forward, and it's kind of easier, but that's not the point. uh, Over here you have kind of like a plastic cover over the accessory belt. So the accessory belt, and under, like more like inside the engine, you have the uh, other belt, or in case your engine is chain driven, you have a chain. And that's, I mean, the chain should be replaced at like 400,000 kilometers, and the belt, in case your engine is belt driven, that should be around 60,000, 70,000, 100,000, 150,000, depends. It really depends on your car and what the manufacturer recommended. And in case you don't change out the belt in time, it can rip and fuck up your engine timing, because that kind of like ties together the valves and the engine, like the motion of the pistons. That's how the valves are driven. So yeah, other things, well, in case you were wondering, the air conditioning stuff is somewhere under here. From what I know, you can refill the air conditioning with refrigerant by removing the not fender, wheel well thingy, plastic thingy, and then you can access that. Besides, I don't really want to go like really in detail with all these small things. So yeah, I really hope this video helped you out. Maybe you just bought a new car, or I mean a used car, and you thought, well, let's see what's in the engine bay, let's see what can we upgrade, but you have no idea where to start. So this video would be for you, and for you folks who don't change the oil in your engine like never. And hopefully it will help you understand and take care of your car a bit better. If this video helped you, don't forget to leave a like, maybe a comment if I missed something, or you want some more information about things in the engine bay that I didn't cover. And as always, have a really nice day, and Free out.